Hey guys, welcome back to the Summer Football Masterclass series with SportsBlock. In this video, we're going to create our competitions, ready for registrations, and then go through the competition creation process again to get a few more set up and ready to go live. Let's jump straight into it. So to get started on our profile, we'll select Create New Event, and this is going to take us to the event creation screen. So on SportsBlock, event creation and competition creation is made up of 3 parts, and this first page is the page that we're on here, which is the admin details for your competition. So all we need to do is create one of our competitions initially, and from there we can use that first competition as a template for all the other ones that we create in the future. So in this example, we're going to be going through and making the Monday Mixed comp, and so we'll call this competition the SportsBlock FC Summer Football Monday Mixed, and we can then go ahead and add in a competition logo. This can just be your club logo if you like, and once we've added that, we can select that it's a friendly competition, and we can keep the competition color as red. So this color is what the competition shows up as on the venue calendar, and this actually helps us to drag and drop fixtures a little later and a little further down the line when we're making changes. We'll change the sport here to football, add in a location, and then everything else looks good in terms of prizes and a description. So now we just need to scroll down and set up the registration details for this competition. So this is going to be a paid competition, and we've got some flexibility or some options for flexibility with our competitions here. So we'll select paid, and then we can see that we've got a few options for the rego payments that we're going to accept. So most competitions for summer football are paid per team, and this is just an upfront payment for a team registration. It's paid by the team manager or captain, and it's a very easy way to collect your regos. It means that the team just splits the fee amongst themselves. We can, however, make this a per player competition, and what this means is that the manager pays a per player fee to reserve a spot in the competition. They pay a fee, get themselves a spot, and then they send an invite link to their teammates through the app, and every player that joins their team will get an automatic payment request sent to them as soon as they do join the team. So this is a really good way to collect individual regos and to take a bit of pressure off your teams to have to split the money or split the rego cost amongst themselves. Now, if you plan to accept kids vouchers for this competition, this is probably the best option for you. We'll select pay per player here, and then we're going to select continue. So this next page is the second part of competition creation, and this is the event details page. So this is the page where we set the parameters for the schedules, but we don't need to worry too much about this before taking registrations, as things will often change depending on the number of regos that we get. So we'll set a minimum and a maximum number of players. We'll keep the age group as all age, and then we can set that we want it to be a mixed competition. The competition structure is going to be round games and then finals, so we'll set it up as a league and a knockout. We've got games happening once a week, so we can make that a weekly competition starting on the 2nd of October, which is a Monday, and our competition is going to run through till early December, so we're putting it in as a 10-week competition. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is just the early stage competition setup, so we don't need to worry too much about teams or the schedules, but we will set a number that's a lot higher than we're expecting to get so that we can accommodate additional teams if they do end up registering. But if you've got limited availability with grounds especially, you can really use this part of the system as a way to cap your registrations and make sure that you do stay in the right number of teams that you want in this competition. So next we'll set our match duration to 40 minutes, so that's 20-minute halves. We'll do a 2-minute interval and 3-minute changeover. So we've got a 45-minute slot per team, and then per game, and then the number of rounds is 9. So the teams will play 9 round games, and then they play finals. Now we're almost done with this part of the competition creation. We're ready to now add in a venue, and this is our grounds for the competition, and it's actually linked to a calendar, so it's an important part of setting up the schedules and getting this part right. We'll set up the fields as SportsBlock Park. We'll put in our 4 fields at the venue, so we name the fields Field 1, Field 2, Field 3 and Field 4. Then we save that and select OK. So again, we're not ready to schedule properly because we do need teams to start registering before we do that. So we'll just add in some broad times here. We'll say these fields are free from, let's say, 1700 to 1900. We can click continue and click through the pop-ups about scheduling, and we've got our very first, very rough schedule done. All we need to do here is scroll to the bottom of this page and select create competition. We select yes in the pop-up, and we've now got our first competition live. So what we can now do with that competition is use that as a template for the other competitions. So what we'll do is click create new event, and then on the next page select repeat a previous competition. So we can now select the competition we just created from the drop down, and what this is going to do is preload all those details for us, and we won't have to enter them again from scratch. All we need to do now is change the appropriate information for this competition, so such as the competition name and the day of the week that it's played on, and we can quickly create a new event, and we can do this over and over again with all our events. So in this example, we're going to change mixed to men's. We'll keep it on the Monday though. We can then change the competition color to blue, and we can scroll to the bottom and click continue. And then on the next page, select men's instead of mixed. And we'll keep these schedules the same as the previous competition because we'll still need to make changes once registrations start and go through anyway. So we can click continue, we'll click through the pop-up messages, and same again, we can scroll to the bottom and then select to create a competition. So on the third one, we're going to make it a youth competition that is accepting kids vouchers. So once we've changed the details in the name to youth, we'll change the color. We can then scroll down to the payment details section and we can select to set up discount codes. We can set a custom amount for the vouchers. We can then name the vouchers, and then once we're done, we can click continue. We'll change the competition to mixed, change the age group to under 16s, and then change the available field time to 4 PM onwards. Same again, we click continue through here, click through the pop-ups, and then scroll to the bottom of the page and click create competition. And we've now got 3 competitions set up and live, and part 2 of this series is done and dusted. That is the longest video in this entire series. We're past the toughest part now, and it's time to take a look at the registration process, which we'll go through in our third video.